Yeah, I think they're both sore coming out of the game. You know, we'll see where they go over the course of the week. Jamar's probably a little further along than T. We'll just play day to day.
Do you plan to play the majority of starters?
We're going to try to win this game. Yeah.
How important is that to finish with a winning record? Is that something that you can at least hang your hat on? I know the playoffs is obviously the ultimate goal, and the Super Bowl is ultimate goal. But
Yeah.
how important is a winning record?
Winning period. I mean, we wear it all week when we lose. It's way better to win for everybody's, you know, and so that's our plan, is to do everything we can to win the game.
How frustrating is it when your fans talk about, oh, you know, it'd be nice to get another loss to help our draft picks?
I don't hear that, so that's the first I've heard of it. So we isolate ourselves from that. So it's not frustrating. We just control what we control and try to win every game.
Do people underestimate how much time Chuck put in, how much winning really matters to everybody who's here and does it all year?
I can't speak to any of that. Again, we do our best to isolate ourselves to where we know what's important. We know how hard we work. I know how much time I enjoy with this staff and this team, and we owe it to ourselves. We certainly owe it to our fans who have supported us through thick and thin, you know, and been there every step of the way. And that is obviously representing our franchise the right way, and you know, making something that our fans are proud of is important, but also just as important as all the work we put in together, you know, ending on the right note with a win. That matters a lot to us.
There are multiple guys that are close to milestones. Jamar's 4 catches away from 100. Trey tied for the league in sacks. Are you aware of that going into an alley like this?
You know, I think when all these guys are playing and doing everything and help us win, some of that stuff takes care of itself sometimes. I've been in situations over 20 years where you try to force things, and it just creates really frustration as a team, not just because you try to go out of your way to do something, and it can set you back a little bit. So you let things happen naturally, and if guys hit those, obviously you're proud of those guys for the work they've put in over the course of the last year, over the course of their career to get to where they're at. Love to assist with that any way we ever can, but that is a lesson I learned. I remember one time in college we were trying to get a rusher, you know, I think at 1,000 yards in the season or X consecutive 100-yard rushing games, and we kept feeding him. When he needed like 4 yards, we just kept losing yardage, you know, and setting ourselves back, and it just, you know, created frustration. So lesson learned on that. We'll just let everything always happen organically.
Does that factor into playing guys at all? Or?
I don't think everyone's listening to me. We're trying to win the game, so we're playing everybody that will help us win the football game.
Sorry, do you, from a health standpoint, can you give an update on T and Jamar?
Yeah, we'll take those guys day to day. I think Jamar obviously came out with some soreness. He got through it. T with the new hamstring, so we'll manage him day to day. I think Jamar's probably a little bit along here on a Wednesday, but we'll just see as we get through practice each day and kind of see where those guys land.
Looking at the trio of Jamar, T, and Tyler over several years, anything just coaching those guys that'll stick with you going forward?
How hard they work, you know, and just there's only one ball, and you've got great back, tight ends who have played a great role for us, those three guys, and so unselfish. You don't, obviously they all want to be involved and they want to help the team win, but just the limited amount of frustration you deal with from superstars like that is unprecedented, I feel like. And so I don't take that for granted. I understand how hard they work, and they're focused on helping this team win, and you don't hear much about individual accolades from those guys. And so it's just really proud of you know, the job Troy Walters does with that, and all the position coaches, but it starts with those guys being made of the right stuff and understanding what we're trying to achieve here, and so again, very appreciative of, you know, you spoke about those three, but really as a team, man, just how unselfish these guys are is tremendous.
20 years from now, as you're coaching receivers and putting rosters together and stuff like that, is there anything you might reflect on from Jamar, T, and Tyler that'll shape?
Well, when your best players work as hard as they do, that filters throughout the team. It filters throughout the receiver room, filters throughout the offense, filters throughout the entire team. And so, again, when your best players are willing to go out on the practice field and work as hard as anybody else and put in and represent the team the way that they do, I think that's what you take away is that's a great way to build a team and you know, experience success when your players are willing to do that.
You had high hopes when you put them together. Did you think they'd end up being, you know, a lot of people said the best receiver trio in football and all the accolades and everything they've done?
Yeah, I can't make the comparisons, but really happy to be coaching those guys, and I'm certainly not putting any sort of finality on that. I enjoy being around those guys. I think the whole team enjoys being around them. They've got great presence about them, really good personalities, and again represent this franchise the right way.
Lou was talking about the fact that you guys have had explosive plays on defense, allowed them, but still there's no pointing the fingers
Yeah.
at the sideline. Everybody keeps their composure. How much of that is the culture you brought in here and kind of established with all veterans and rookies and whatnot?
I think the starting point has always been, what could I have done better, as an individual person. And so, yeah, maybe somebody else is making a mistake, but could I have communicated something better to help that individual? Could I have done a little bit more as a position group to help that position group? And so, it's all, we didn't expect to be in this position this year, but these guys have still fought to the bitter end, and we got one more game to fight and expect that from our guys.
How hard have you leaned on the culture that you built here this year through all the adversity?
Well, I don't know that leaning is the right word. You're always preparing for adversity. Always. It's so easy to lead when things are good. That's you get no indication of who a person is when things are good. You have none whatsoever. That's the easiest thing. And so it's when you face the adversity, that's when you truly, because it's hard. It's hard to get out of bed. It's hard to face the music. It's hard to be positive. It's hard to lift people up instead of pointing fingers to try to pile on. That's really difficult. And so we continue to see that when we've had a 2-game losing streak, and you get a chance to see what these players and these people in this building are really made of, and that's been encouraging to me. And it's unfortunate because you don't want to lose to see the true character shine through, but that's what we see, and again, really proud of the way that you guys have handled themselves.
Talk about work ethic and kind of life into important. How big was it to have Tyler in the building already when Jamar T got here? Provide a blueprint of what it's like to be successful.
I do, and I wasn't around TB in his first 2 years here, and so I've kind of heard him talk about that before. But I think when you've got a veteran who came in as a talented player, had their learning curves, had to get a sense of the lay of the land, I think that's helpful when you get new guys coming in the first, really T is a first rounder essentially, and guys that come in the first round, you got that veteran in the room who A, has been a part of what we're doing here offensively and as a team and can kind of help them. B, hey, here's what I dealt with as a receiver in this league with DBs and how you have to practice. It's tough. You got to be ready to go. And so I think that TB's leadership is really critical in that room, and he's done a great job with that.
Is there anything that stands out about Jamal that he has done this year as opposed to his previous 2 years? Any way he's expanded his role, his toughness? What have you seen this year?
It's hard for me to say expanded role. He's capable of doing so much. You don't hesitate moving him and creating a package and playing him at a different position. You don't hesitate because he never makes the mistake. It's rare that we even have to redo a walkthrough rep. And again, he can play a lot of different positions and do a lot of different things. And so you just continue to be impressed by that. A high level player that is able to continue to retain all that knowledge and is willing to motion on a million snaps in a game and whatever it does to put our team in a good position. He's willing to do that.
What do you think about him playing on Sunday? Obviously,
Yeah.
wasn't quite what was your impression?
Yeah, that's appreciative of that. Because it's hard. That was a physical game. They're going to put their hands on you. They're going to have two guys in your vicinity quite a bit. And we were going to run the ball, and so you have to get in there and block as well and be a physical game. We really challenged our guys in that regard. And so, and it's cold. It's not fun to be in pain when you're cold, and it was cold. And so there's just so many things that went into that he knows how I feel about it. And, again, when your best players are willing to do whatever it takes to get the job done, that's what we're looking for, with our players.
Do you feel like you've seen what you hope to see? This might be a hard question to answer, but hope to see from this rookie class this year. I know there's one more game left. It's more of a general question, not specific to one.
Yeah. That's a hard one to answer. You got to reflect on the season. I'm not in a reflective mode yet. I think what this group has shown is a lot of potential, a lot of eagerness, a lot of potential, a lot of the things that we were hoping to get when we drafted them. We've seen it, and you don't look at a single guy in this class and say like, man, we might have missed there. You don't feel that. So again, we got another game to play, and we're expecting those guys to step up big. We talked to those guys at the halfway point of the year that their roles, as injuries come and the season goes, your roles are only going to continue to get bigger. And we're at a point where some of those guys' roles are pretty big right now, and we expect their best in Week 18.
What have you learned about Chase Brown since he came back from IR?
We knew he had great speed. We've seen that. Able to handle a little bit more, just as his rookie year has gone on. Nothing we didn't see earlier. It was just that was a kind of a tricky room in training camp, because Travion was hurt, Chase was a rookie, so you were kind of trying to get your feel for who's going to be able to protect, who's going to be first, second down, as a compliment to Joe, and so again, as his role has continued to increase, he's done a great job handling that responsibility and making plays for us, when we need them.
When you saw the Browns defense in Week 1, way back in Week 1, did you think this group is going to be a headache in the NFL this year?
They've always had a lot of talent on that team, and they're playing at a high level right now. And again, we have a lot of respect for Jim Schwartz. Haven't played him in Philly over the years, and he's been in Tennessee the last couple of years. So he's done a great job with that unit. And those guys are playing really hard. They play with a lot of energy. They have a lot of talent. They have a lot of confidence, and they've done a good job.
Zac, you make the Super Bowl 2 years ago, the AFC title last year. You come so close, and this year you didn't reach your goals. As a competitor with a room full of guys that are competitors, what does that create in you as far as drive goes for the coming season?
You don't take anything for granted, and that's I've known that. You know that from being in this league for a long time. That's why you see teams rise and fall, and we're striving for that consistency of always being a championship team. I think what you end up at this point in the year, you take away, Week 18, we don't get to play in the playoffs. That hurts. That's the first time we've experienced that in a while. We don't want to feel that anymore. I think if anything, you just sit there saying, I don't want to. We don't want to be talking about playing with energy and finding a way to end on a positive note. We want to continue to play, and so that you just take away that for the future of, unfortunately, that's the situation we found ourselves in. We're going to remember that, and I don't think we're going to need any more fuel once the season ends, but I guess you could look at it that way.
Stefanski just said that Jeff Driscoll will be starting against y'all. He was here in 2019. Remember, I know that so long.
Yeah. Jeff, really smart guy, really great athlete. Has had a lot of success, in college as a quarterback, and played for a lot of teams in this league. Gotten some starting experience. He's played a lot of football. Very smart. For him to come in and he was with Alex Van Pelt, so that makes sense. That there's some familiarity there. I don't know if he's been with any other coaches on their staff, but Jeff's had a really good career in this league and created a lot of value for himself, playing different positions over his time, and so. Again, good opportunity for him.
Has Jake Browning exceeded your expectations in any area? Has it been pretty much what you expected?
Well, I think it's hard to when you haven't seen a guy play live in a game, it's hard to say this is what I expect, and it's what you want your backup quarterback to give you a chance, and Jake has gone in there and given us a chance, and it's because of how he's prepared. It's what we're able to do with him. It's the confidence he gives to his teammates. I really have enjoyed seeing Jake, the in-game player, just his mentality and his focus and his competitiveness. I've really enjoyed that because otherwise, outside of a preseason game, when we all know the end result isn't as significant as it is now, it's really good to see him in that environment. And makes sense. That's why he's a record-setting high school quarterback, state champion, won a Pac-12 championship. I think he was the all-time winningest Pac-12 quarterback. It's all these things make sense when you're around him and you watch him play in a competitive area and how he's prepared himself and, the confidence that his teammates and coaches have in him.
Even though you're apparently not going to see him, what do you make of what Flacco's done?
He's really impressive. It's just I don't know how many times I've gone against a Joe Flacco team in my career, but explosive. That's the thing that you always notice with him is it can always happen in one play. I remember that Super Bowl run that they had in Baltimore. That was always the scary thing is hitting one of those deep balls, a post route or a go route for a big play that changes the game, and they had a great defense to boot with it. So he was a great fit for that style, and he's done a really good job fitting into that system and doing all the things that those guys want him to do, and he's had a good run so far there in Cleveland. Thank you.